Are you wanting to make your real estate business grow? If so, this is the video you're going to want to watch. I'm going to show you how to create a lead conversion system that will take all the leads that we've generated that I showed you in the last video and show you how to turn it into real business. Check this out. Hey everyone, this is Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. We are grateful to have you here. If you are brand new to our channel, appreciate your support. What we're all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads by dominating their social media, by doing things on Facebook, YouTube, and even more. So if you want more tips and more strategies of how to grow your business, generate more leads, and turn them into real transactions, this is the place to be. Now, with that having been said, today's video is part 2 of a series that we're doing. So it is the first week of January, and what's on everybody's mind is how do I create goals? How do I do things that are going to get my business further so that I get to those goals that I'm setting? And so this is part 2. If you missed part 1, go ahead and check the link that in fact, it'll probably be over here, but go ahead and check out that link. I'll put it right up here where you can go watch part 1 of this series, where we talked about how to generate more leads. That's the first problem that any business must solve in order to grow, is have a constant lead source coming in. Now, once the leads are coming in and you've figured out that problem, that leads us to problem number 2, which is the purpose of today's video, and that is how to take those leads and turn it into actual business. So with that being said, that's the topic of today's video. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put down in the description below, I'm going to put a series of posts that you can download, and they're going to be perfect for what we're talking about today, which is lead conversion. Things that you can do to help people that you know, people that have interacted with you, turn into a transaction. So if you want the download, there's like 13 different posts on there. If you want that download, go click below and you'll be able to download that for free. Now, with that being said, here is the main thing that you want to keep in mind. So I'm going to share my screen for a moment, and I'm going to share this. So I attended a training that Zillow did. This was several months ago. And whether you like Zillow, hate them, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter, but it's the concept that they were teaching. So what they were talking about was lead follow-up and how to get these leads that people are purchasing from Zillow, how to turn them into business. And so this was some research that they did, and what they found was that 47% of the time, the lead was never even followed up on. And that 24% of the time, there was only one attempt to contact the lead. So what you'll notice from this graph, the 47 plus the 21, that means 71% of the time that the agent only tried to contact them once or less, right? So one of the things they were teaching, and I wholeheartedly agree, is that one of the keys to lead conversion success has to do with the frequency of your contact. And what I find across the board with a lot of people is that when they're buying leads or they're generating leads, whatever it is that they're doing, they just stop short of what they need to do to be successful. And so I would tell you that you should be making multiple contacts, multiple efforts, because the more contacts you make, the likelihood of you having a conversation and potentially turning that into business, the greater that becomes. Now, there's a lot of factors that influence how well you are at where lead conversion comes into play. So some of it is frequency of contact, right? So that's a huge portion of it. Some of it is what it is that you're saying. That's a huge portion of it as well. But I'm going to break it down even more. So what I find from my experience is that you need to have 2 things in place in order to be able to convert leads. You need a short-term lead conversion system. So short-term is your phone calling and your texting and your emailing, reaching out to them to stay in touch, right? That's the short-term piece. And then there's the long-term piece, which is the drip system that you're able to constantly stay in front of them over the long term. The reason why you want to have a short-term and a long-term is because sales is just a timing game. right? So with that being said, what that means is some of the leads that you're going to generate will be ready to do business right away. Some will. It's going to be a very small percentage because some people need time to, get the house ready to sell, or they're waiting for someone to graduate, or they're waiting for something to happen, and so the time isn't right now. So some of the people will be ready to do business right away, but the majority of them won't. So as well as I do, that in the real estate industry, if we generate a lead today, it very well could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 months before they actually turn into a transaction when the time is right. And so what I teach people all the time is everyone thinks that the key to success is that short-term follow-up, call, text, email. Don't get me wrong, that's very important, but that's just one piece of the puzzle. The second piece is the long-term follow-up, to where you're constantly staying in front of them. You're building trust, you're building awareness, making them comfortable with you so that when the time is right, you are the agent that they think of. And that long-term piece is the part that most people miss. So what we do in our business is we help agents not only generate more leads, but we also help them solve the problem of the long-term lead conversion. So the way that we do that is through this methodology. So as we go through and do the things that I showed you last week as far as generating leads, those leads basically come into a funnel. And the concept that we teach people is how to use Facebook as a marketing database, as a marketing funnel, to where we just repetitively stay in contact with those people. And the way that we do that is through using these various lead sources, or using Facebook's terminology, custom audiences. So on Facebook, I can create a custom audience of either past clients or my sphere of influence that I can upload directly to Facebook, and I can run ads to those people at whatever frequency I want to run. I can create an audience of people that have engaged with my Facebook page, clicked, liked, commented, or shared. People that have clicked on any of my events, so like open houses or classes that you're doing. Anybody who's watched a video, anybody who's been to your website, or anybody who has done anything with your Instagram profile. So I can set up custom audiences for these, that anytime somebody does any of these actions, they become a lead and they become part of this funnel. And so the strategy that we teach people is very simple. My recommendation is you should be having at a minimum 2 ads running at all times. One ad generated on, or focused on, generating brand new leads, like I showed you in the previous video. And then the second ad being focused on this side, which is creating trust. So I want to market to all of these people inside the funnel, to where I'm increasing their awareness, increasing their interest, getting them to the point where they're ready of making a decision. And then when they become a transaction, they decide to work with me because they've just seen me over and over and over and over again. So this is the strategy of how we use Facebook as a long-term conversion system, that we track those people through these custom audiences, these lead sources, and we just repetitively keep showing them new content every single week. And so what happens is they see you over and over and over again, and that's where the trust is being created. So long term, this becomes your marketing system. And again, the way that we set this up is through, once you have your Facebook Business Manager account, that's what you're seeing here, we just simply go to the audiences section. And inside the audiences section, this is where we can set up those custom audiences for all of those different things that I just showed you. So if you don't have a business manager account, I highly recommend getting one. And all you have to do to get one is just go to business.facebook.com. So again, that's business.facebook.com, and you can set this up. But here in the audiences section, I'm not sure why it's taking forever to load. Probably because this is live video. But once this loads, all of these different audiences that you just saw right here, I can go ahead and create those. So you'll notice if I do create audience and custom audience, then I can create an audience of people that have watched a video, or been to a website, or engaged with my Facebook page, and on and on. So this is what it looks like. So I can create a custom audience for people that have been to my site, a list of people that I want to upload, people that have watched a video, people that have filled out a lead generation form in Facebook, people that have been to an event, anyone who's engaged with your Instagram business profile, or people that have engaged with your Facebook page. And so what ends up happening is, as I have these audiences created, when I set up an ad, I'm just running the ad to these custom audiences. And what happens is it basically just becomes a database where I'm marketing to these people over and over and over again. And that is one of the big secrets of how we facilitate this with our clients, is just helping them set up a lead conversion system. It's that long-term piece. There are things that we do to help with the short-term piece. So one of the tools that we like to use is a tool called ManyChat, ManyChat.com. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's an automated Facebook Messenger bot. And so what's great about it is not only can you use that to generate leads, you can use it to qualify leads, and you can also use it to help you with your short-term marketing. So one of the features that they've added just recently to that platform is the ability to do SMS messaging, so text messaging, as well as email messaging. So you can use this tool to help you with that short-term follow-up, the texting, the emailing, the phone calls you'd still have to do on your own. But these are the systems that you really need to have in place, or else lead generation isn't going to matter. I tell people all the time, if you do not have a lead conversion system in place, then don't even worry about lead generation, because you're not going to be able to turn any of that into business. It requires both. You must have a lead generation system and a lead conversion system. Without having both, you're making this really, really difficult and in fact, probably near impossible. So that is the second thing that you must figure out in order to make your business grow, is what is my lead conversion system? What is that process? And so that is the second thing that you need to know. That's another thing that we do for our clients, is helping them set up their long-term lead conversion systems. So hopefully that was extremely valuable for you, gives you some things to think about and some things that you can be doing to improve your business. So if that was helpful, please click that thumbs up button, give us a like. That helps us tremendously, especially in knowing what future content we should be putting out. Because if you like this, then that just tells us that we should be including more content just like this. Also, if you haven't considered subscribing to our channel, please do. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. And every single week, we're putting out brand new tips, brand new strategies, new ways for you to grow and increase your business. So please give us a subscribe if you haven't already. You'll thank us for it later. And then lastly, I'm going to be putting some links down below. If you want to find out more about our services and the things that we can do to help you grow your business, you'll find that information down in the description below. I'll also put up a couple videos right here to where you can learn more tips, more strategies, just like you've learned today. So thanks for being here as part of our community. We appreciate it. Make it a great week. Absolutely crush it in your real estate business, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.